see, waiting for the feed on YouTube to start. Okay, looks like I'm on Facebook. Hey, Facebookers. I'm waiting for YouTube. Can everybody see me on YouTube? Okay, looks like YouTube is connecting. Oh, let me mute this. All right. No, actually, let me mute YouTube. Give me a second, you guys. Let's see. Okay, good. People can see me. Let me mute. Okay, good. Facebook is muted. YouTube is muted. Hey, you guys! Welcome to the first episode of Tea Time Unfiltered with Lovely Tay. Woo, 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 woo. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. Oh my gosh, there's so many people here from Facebook and YouTube. I'm like amazed. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Y'all have been showing so much love on my Apple podcast. Y'all have been already rating my show on Google and Apple. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for just all the support. Like I said, I used to have a podcast before with my homeboy Ronan, and it was called Tabletop with T on Blog Talk Radio. And we did this for almost 4 years straight. So it feels really good to get back into the podcasting game because I am so sick and tired of the YouTube censorship. I really am. I'm going to be going between pages just so I can read comments and all that stuff. So just bear with me. I got a lot of screens open. I'm running behind here. I apologize for being late, but I'm black, honey. But besides that, we're dealing with a huge blizzard in the Twin Cities. So there's a huge blizzard coming. I had to, at the last minute, go grocery shopping. And because I work from home, I'm never in tune with the weather. I don't be knowing shit. People literally have to call me T, do y'all got food? There's a blizzard coming, 12 to 18 inches of snow. I'm like, what? Hell no. So I ran to the grocery store. So I've been busy trying to get that. Then it was when it snows, people drive crazy. So it just took me a long time to get home and get ready. So I'm ready now, though. Everybody's doing good. You guys love my channel? Thank you. I was so shocked because I literally came into the chat and it was y'all have been going back and forth, arguing, being hella damn petty since 3:30. I said, all these people here just talking and going back and forth and men cheat, women cheat. I was here for all the pettiness, honey. I was here for it all, okay? So anyways, let me go ahead. I got to pull up one more screen. Give me a second here. I'm still getting used to all these new buttons. So give me 2 seconds. Okay. I want to make sure I got everything that I need right here. Be right here. Oh, shit. We got some people already ready to call in. Okay. So let me go ahead and introduce you guys. What's up, Tia Cradle? We got a lot of people here. We have close to 1,000 people on YouTube. I don't even know how many people got on Facebook right now. What's up, other Facebookers? Y'all can see me. All I see is hearts and thumbs ups. That's what's up. So let me go ahead and I just want to make sure everything's set up how I need it. Okay, perfect. Y'all love my singing. I really wish I could sing because I really be trying, honey. So anyways, let me go ahead and introduce you guys to my co-host for the day, Ronan. If you guys are from our Blog Talk Radio era, then you guys remember Ronan. He is one of my really good friends. We used to podcast together. So Ronan, say hey to the people.
Good evening.
We can't hear you. Talk up.
Good evening. How's everybody?
Can you guys hear Ronan? I want to make sure you guys can hear him. Can everybody hear Ronan?
I want to make sure. Let me try this.
Let me wait for the comments. What's up? Somebody in here from the Bronx? That's what's up. I don't know why I thought you lived in Atlanta. Everybody thinks I live in Atlanta. You really look cute. No lesbian, not homophobic. How come we got that? Why would that make you gay? You could give another woman a compliment, just like there's nothing wrong with the man giving another man a compliment. You don't got to put no disclaimer, honey. I tell girls all the time, girl, you are pretty. You got a banging ass shape. Them titties sitting nice. Okay, that don't make me gay. I'm just giving somebody props, honey. Damn, that ass looks nice, girl. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't need no disclaimers. Thank you. I appreciate it, though. So you guys can hear Ronan. Oh, okay. Some people remember you. Aisha says, hey, Ronan. Okay, perfect.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, she was like, no homophobic. You're cute. That was so cute. That was cute. I love you too, Stacy. Oh, we got a lot of people here. Shout out to all my moderators. Thank you, Lioness. When I seen everybody in there wilding and going out, I had to text her like, Lioness, get over to YouTube now. So she ran over there because I was like, oh my, it was so, honey, let me go ahead. Y'all know, oh my God, this podcast about to be popping.
Give me a P. Give me a E. Give me a T. Why? I'm petty all the time.
Yes, I got sound effects. I told y'all, once I get my sound effects, y'all not going to be able to stop nothing. Y'all were in here being petty. Woo! I was reading some of them comments. I'm like, oh my God, the sisters are ready. They are coming for the fellas. The fellas are like, no, we're not all cheaters. You know, all the mush mouths, they done came, honey. They done came. But I brought Roni because I want to have a guy's perspective on here as well. So yes, we're about to have fun. We about to be petty. We about to be lit. You know why? Guess why?
Today I got tigers. Today I got tigers. Today I got tigers.
Look, they're in there dancing. So, okay, so this is what we're doing today. I want to come on here on the podcast and talk about the viral story with Loni Love. A lot of people have been asking me to talk about it, but I wanted to hear everybody's opinion. I wanted us to do a live stream about this topic because, as you guys know, I'd be a hypocrite, you know, if I was to say that I've never made the statement that, you know, a lot of guys cheat. Now, I've never, ever tied it to a race. And I think that's where Loni Love messed up, is the fact that she said all black men cheat, or, you know, black men, you know, cheat constantly and stuff like that, as opposed to saying, you know, basically all men cheat. You know what I mean? But we're gonna go further into that. So let me go ahead. I have a super chat. Let me read this real quick. Rose M, thank you for the $5 super chat, love. So I'm gonna go ahead and play you guys what Loni Love said on the reel that has a lot of people up in arms. So y'all go ahead and listen to this. Hopefully it'll play. Let's see.
Okay.
You know, I'm still trying to figure everything out. Bear with me here. Let me make sure the sound is on. Okay. So let's go ahead and listen to Loni.
In the black community, I'm going to, you know, I don't speak for the black community, but I do think that a lot of black men, they really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way.
Loni Love is saying things.
And that is something we need to work on. We need to work on that money and power does not mean that you can just do whatever you want to do.
I think sadly in so many cultures, that is the whole machismo thing. Like that goes across the board. But I'm going to say...
it's not across the board, because what is happening is that we are still dealing with the point of slavery. And we are descendants of slavery. And because our families were broken up, we still do not have an idea of how to have together families, because our families were broken up.
Yeah.
And until we really
From
start...
that perspective, I absolutely
And not just slavery, welfare reform in the 60s and stuff. Like, this is a long...
longer
So when you
conversation.
hear, because I want to say, when you hear Joe Budden say, you know, well, you know, he worked so hard. It's not a bad thing. He's saying, you know, Kevin don't want to be poor no more. Okay? So he's like, let me go out here and make this money because I don't want to go back to where I was in Philly. So what he was saying was he was using it as an excuse, and we modernize it and say, but that's not, but you got to understand the whole psychology behind it. That's the reason why he's working so hard, because he don't want to go back to where he came from, because then he'll lose the power.
And then working so hard is affecting his relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it is a
conundrum.
Correct. Well,
All right, you guys. You guys just heard what Loni Love had to say. What is those alerts? People trying to text and listening to the show. Let me make sure my alerts are off. So you guys heard what Loni Love had to say about the situation. And so this caused a lot of drama. Is that your phone? You got to turn off your alerts, Ronan. That's your phone. Because we can hear. So Loni Love's comments, you know, stirred up a lot of drama on social media. A lot of people were really upset. And basically everything happened. All this shit ties back to itty bitty Kevin Hart. You see how his fuckery has just, you know, basically, you know, just tainted social media commentary. So basically, Joe Budden was saying that Kevin Hart, him cheating and him talking about on the documentary was due to him working so hard. And, when you're a man with status and power, it almost seemed like he was kind of making an excuse. Now, Joe Budden has come back and he's, backtracked and tried to clean it up. But initially, it did make it seem like he's making an excuse for Kevin Hart's cheating or for celebrity men or men with money and power. And so that's what bothered, Loni Love with that whole situation. But the way she said it, I think she came off wrong. And then when Adrian tried to make a good point, she cut Adrian off. Adrian was like, yeah, it's that machismo culture because, of course, it happens in the Latin community too. But she was like, no, we're talking about the black man. So, Ronan, you being a black man, how did you feel when you heard Loni Love say that?
A few things. When it comes to Loni Love, whether you have money or status or otherwise, she's virtually invisible.
You said what? Your phone is like kind of breaking up. Make sure like all of the laptops and stuff are off, like, muted.
So when it comes to Loni Love, if you have money, status, or otherwise, she's virtually invisible.
You said she's virtually invisible?
Yes, and she's guilty of basically conflating a lot of issues to mask her blatant disrespect and contempt for black women, period.
So I know a lot of black guys are upset because they feel like now that Loni Love is with her, her white prince, it's like all of a sudden she keeps kind of, throwing daggers at black men. Somebody just sent a super chat here. Let me go ahead and read that. Autry Texia says, a man is only as faithful as his options, rather black or white. And I highly, I do believe that. Chris Rock said that a long time ago in a joke. I do feel like men who have power and money, they don't tend to be faithful because they have so many options. Like, that's why I never understood why a lot of rappers and athletes, get into relationships because they're always on the road and you have people literally throwing themselves at them all the time. It's hard to decline some cooch. Let's keep that real. It's hard for the damn fry cook to decline some damn cooch. Now imagine if you're, damn it, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Lil Wayne. It's just a little bit hard. Like, let's keep it real. You got regular dudes on the block. If somebody throws some shit at them, they're about to dig in. I mean, can we keep it real? But we need to also be mindful when we try to paint a race of men with one brush, okay? And I also, this was another conversation, so I definitely want to get some black women to call in as well. This was another part of the conversation where a lot of black women felt like it was too many black women caping for black men. They felt like, okay, Loni said what she said, but why are so many black women trying to attack her and cape for black men? Because let's keep it real. When a lot of celebrity black men say things about black women, other celebrity black men do not check them. For instance, like when Gilbert Arenas kept talking about Lupita Nyong'o's skin color, you didn't hear nothing from the fake woke celebrities. You didn't hear nothing from T.I. Snoop Dogg didn't say shit, even though his daughter has been all over television crying about colorism. So it's like when, certain black men in the entertainment industry disrespect black women, there's crickets from black men, from, celebrity black men. Let me say that, not regular black men. But when Loni Love came at black men, it was so many women, celebrity and regular, going at Loni Love. So some women felt like, as far as girl code goes, black women should have stayed out of it. How do you feel about that? A lot of people are saying facts. Okay. This damn chat room is popping.
I found it interesting. I mean, just the fact that you have to really consider the story. With Loni Love, her role on a show like that is supposed to be, I guess, the comic relief, and that's a struggle. But and then she had co-signed with Amanda Seales, which she has her fair share of resentment towards black men. So when I look back at decades of the talk show wars where you basically had the culture where it was popular to disparage and talk shit about black men. And a lot of us have not seen a lot of that in any other culture but in this one. So I guess a little backlash and back and forth. I'm kind of desensitized to it, to the way.
Right.
But when it comes to this situation right here, I believe that we're dealing with slut culture, more or less. And when you're talking about guys like Kevin Hart, or just regular guys like myself, cheating is a matter of choice. A series of choices. Like, you can be a great woman, you can do everything you're supposed to do, you can,
Ronan,
just be on point.
Ronan,
yes.
they're roasting you right now. They're saying they really can't hear you. Sound like you're underwater. Take out that Xbox headset. They are roasting you, honey. I'm gonna need you to get a microphone, brother. You knew the podcast was today.
Okay.
He's having some audio issues. The people can't hear you. Like, it's kind of going in and out, and sometimes you're sounding like you're underwater. Okay.
I'm underwater.
I
got stuff for that.
So we got some super chats coming in. JJ Vegas says, the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. Love you, T. Super excited for this podcast and Unfiltered with T. Thank you so much, JJ. And that is the truth. And that's what a lot of women don't realize. And I think part of what fuels this, like I always tell people, women run the culture. Okay. Men only do what women allow them to do. Period, point blank. I don't care what anybody says. If women collectively decided, you know what? It's not cool to be a side chick. It's not cool to sleep with somebody else's husband. Guess what? The men would tighten up. So let's keep that real. We live in a culture where it's cute to be a side chick, where it's cute to know that somebody's in a relationship, and people will go out their way to destroy marriages, to destroy, relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend. I went through that. That's why I'm divorced now. Husband had a damn side chick. Stupid bitch.
Hey, T, can you hear me now?
That's better. What the hell? What did you do? That's a lot better.
I put it on speaker, but
you were on speaker before?
No, I had a headset on.
See that? Look, we called it T Sippers. He was walking around with an Xbox headset trying to do a podcast.
No, it was a Bluetooth one.
That shit sounded like it was underwater. He was like, Loni love, the black man, Loni love.
Okay, well, now that you guys can hear me, it's like there are many factors that come to the cheating.
Okay.
Where I've been presented with that before. And again, that person might look good at the time, but you always have to consider the consequences of doing said action.
Right.
That's with every man or woman. But a lot of times, a lot of people put their feelings into the whole situation and figure, well, you did this, and they ignore the fact that sometimes we contribute to that individual making that choice easy.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot of things that go to the dynamic of a relationship, but I definitely believe that, as people and as adults, because remember one thing that we saw say when we had the old podcast, and you would always tell me like, no, don't think like that. And I would be like, dang, I feel like hoes are winning. Like, you can just be out here slutting it up, sleeping with everybody's man. They're getting reality TV shows. Look at damn Summer Bunny. She's cheating with everybody's man, and she's on national television. Meanwhile, you have people who went to school for acting. They're thespians. They'll never get on TV. But the slut buckets are everywhere. I mean, so it's just like we live in such a backward society. And I think that's what fuels this culture. Let me go ahead and read some of these super chats here. B. Valentine says, I love your vids. One of the only YouTubers I've been watching for years. I agree. All men have the tendency to cheat regardless of race. Exactly, sis. And thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see here. We have another one. Miss Menacence, $20. She says a specific race doesn't cheat. Emotionally immature and or damaged people cheat. You can argue that because of social, historical, etc. pressures that black men are more susceptible to doing it, but all races can and do cheat. So you are definitely right with that. And I think that's where she lost a lot of people, is that she tried to get real mush mouth with it. Okay. Loni, sis, and I met Loni. Loni Love is really cool, to be honest with y'all. She is really nice. I met with her. We had lunch, everything. But sis, you're the comic relief. And I think that's where, she just started talking too much. It's like, you're there to be the comic relief. Unfortunately, that's the role that they put you in. And she tried to bring in historical context and talk about slavery. Like, she was trying to put on her woke hat. And it's like, I don't look to Loni Love for wokeism. I just don't. And then you had Amanda Seale, she was trying to chime in there. And I'm not no big fan of hers. We talked about her a few podcasts ago, how she tried to play me and act like, Lovely T was beneath her. You know what I mean? Like, girl pie. So it's like, and then the fact that she did that to that black man, the one that was, what was he, like a brain surgeon? And she tried to like put it out there that he sexually harassed her and he never did. So I still give her the side eye for all that mess that she put that brain surgeon through.
Yeah, but I mean, I had the point of contention was the point she tried to put a broad brush and say every black man, period, cheats, and then try to imply slavery was the catalyst for it, when really that's a whole nother conversation in itself. But we're talking about modern day. Any guy that honestly had a relationship or an ideal relationship with Loni Love would likely cheat.
What?
That's just probably what she's pissed off about.
Oh, you're talking about like the guys that she's dated prior.
Oh, I'm not talking about Dollar Tree Dylan. I'm talking about any black dude that she would have around her. He's not going to be faithful to her.
But why do you think that is? And that doesn't make it okay though. Why would he not be faithful to her?
No, well, it doesn't make it okay. But I mean, not too many guys are checking for Loni Love. And then if he was with her, me personally, I had to check his credit score or credibility.
I'm not with you. So you're saying basically she comes off as bitter because most black men would not technically. I mean, like, let's keep it real. I've never heard anybody be like, "Oh, I want to get damn that Loni Love." I mean, I've heard it with Beyonce and
you won't,
and Rihanna,
and you won't.
Right.
You
so
won't.
Do you feel like that's where that's coming from? Is like maybe hurt and anger?
It's more or less a mud duck outrage. That's my thought.
See, you ain't got no filter. This is why it's called Unfiltered. Okay, so let me go ahead and put some more super chats. Travis Timmons sent 5. He says, no matter the race or gender, everybody is capable of cheating. Whatever he or she did to get them, keep the same energy to keep them. Love you, T. I love you, T. I love you, T. I love you too. And thank you for the super chat. And that is so true. That is very, very true. Let's see here. Mel Villain Elephant says, my opinion as a black man is that we have so few brothers with power that when black men do, yes, we do lose control of our penises. I see it in corporate America when brothers get promoted. It's true. Oh, wait, look at Mr. Elephant. Where's my damn soundboard? I really agree with what he said. Like that was really good. Like, I like that. He made a really good point. And I've seen it too working. I had a clap feature, but I guess not. I've seen that too in corporate America. That sometimes when people get to a position of power, and women are attracted to power, period. Okay. The woman that does not want to talk to the fry cook, she wants to screw the manager or the VP. That's her ultimate goal. You feel me? So it's like, I saw that all the time in corporate America. So he's definitely right with that a lot of guys will go into a situation where they get promoted. Now they're up here and it's like, it's a whole new world, like Aladdin, a whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. Come on and suck my dick. Make it quick.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to work in corporate and people would be in that parking lot giving head and all types of shit on the damn lunch break.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
You're not lying.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, you're not lying. We've seen it on just about every level where you can go either the parking lot or somewhere, a hotel nearby. There's going to be either workplace relations or people dealing with each other within proximity.
Right.
The matter is, it's like, what are we going to do when we cross this threshold? Are we going to be able to be adults about this, or are we going to be childish and basically, put some collateral damage in the public, which everyone tends to get off on?
No, I definitely agree with that. And we got some callers calling in as well. Let's see here.
All right.
Let me read one more super chat. I'm gonna get a caller in here. Side chick culture. This is from Marvel 6. What's up, Marvel 6? He says side chick culture. So is Little Kim partly responsible for this part of our culture? I think a lot of hip hop artists are. I would agree with that. The Little Kims, the Foxy Browns, a lot of them. Even when you listen to like City Girls, everything is about what a dude can do for them, and having a guy on the side, and it's just everything is so vulgar. So we're raising a whole generation of young girls where it's like back in the day, it was mainly the boys who were players. Now you got girls, you be like, well, damn, bitch, you got about 7 boyfriends. How do you juggle all them damn dicks? I don't get it. And it's not even like they're talking to this dude and they're cool with this dude. They're literally sleeping with each and every dude for different, whatever. This one might be able to fix the roof. This one can just fuck. He ain't got to do shit because he got good peen. This one, he pays a cable bill. Like you see it all the time. Am I lying?
You're not lying.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of
like you have women now who want to be players. Right. It's really crazy.
Well, go back to the whole April Jones thing. Like, if I had the mother of my child going out there basically, this dude wants to smash, this dude wants to smash, and he's done this and that. Where's the respectability in that? And I'm not excusing any dude running around there just jumping in and out of anything.
Right.
But one, if you're going to do something, own it. Two, where's the level of class and decorum out there? I'm not saying you just do it in private, but damn, just where does it all stop?
Right. And that's the type of culture that we have now. So part of what Loni was saying, especially with men of power, was correct. She was just wrong by phrasing it and saying all black men, because it's not all black men. There's plenty. I mean, look in politics. You got whole white men out here having side babies and, having whole families over here and families over there. So it's definitely, I think it's more of a power thing. When people get to a certain level of power, like I said, it's just a whole new world of puss. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting. Well, let me go ahead and bring in this caller here real quick.
Good.
Let's see. James? It looks like the person was in the car. They might have left. We'll remove them from the stream. When you decide to come back, I'll let you in the stream. I sent everybody the stream key. Lioness, let's see here. Freedom Rider says it's effing disgusting. Oh, there was some good. You guys are leaving some really good comments. I wish I could find it. He was saying something about it's the whole side. Okay, here it is. It's effing disgusting. People out here operating like STDs are a thing of the past. No, they are rampant today. Right. Thank you so much. And that's always been my biggest thing why I can't get with side chick culture, because STDs are real. HIV is real. I remember we did a show. A few years back, and I had a woman who came on to the show to talk about HIV. Remember? I mean, everybody was in the audience like crying because she was in a relationship. This guy that she thought was faithful to her, it ended up he had cheated with somebody. He caught the package and then he brought it to her. And she was like, I will never forget the date. I was in the doctor's office and they told me you have HIV. And this was like maybe like 9 years ago. So who even knows if that woman is still alive? But she came onto my podcast and it was a really powerful show.
And that's the whole thing. It's like a lot of people get caught up on what Loni said, but you have to look in the deeper aspect too. Well, for one, there are some guys, because we haven't heard anything about Steph Curry. And with him being in the media like he is, he makes it a point to celebrate his family and, not just have some bullshit come up behind from that we know of.
Right.
I mean, and plus you have these diseases now, you can't just take a pill or a shot. There's some stuff some super gonorrhea or whatnot that you can't get rid of. And with the side chick culture, there's some people who are asymptomatic. So they can just run around, burn the whole village, and nothing go with them.
Not the whole village. Burning the village down with the cooch. But it's true. Yeah. Like there's so many STDs now, and they're starting to become super STDs. Like he said, you can't just get a shot or, swallow some penicillin. I mean, there's some things that have your peen, 3 sizes the time that, 3 times the size that it should be. So you have to be really careful engaging in that type of stuff. Let's see here. Yeah. Cheryl Brown sent a super chat. She says, love you, lovely tea. Tracy's pieces are in the house. That's what's up. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It looks like the person is back now. Let me go ahead and let them into the stream. Okay. Hello.
My ex. Oh, we on the show.
Oh, you got
what
it.
Up, TT?
What's up?
Turn it down. Okay, so how y'all gonna come on the show and then disappear? I bought
some. My bad. Had to go in the store right quick.
Y'all went to the store?
Yeah.
That's some hood shit, right?
Okay.
I had to go get me some cigarellos.
Oh shit, the T-shirt was there. You know, y'all about to get y'all about to get
Me and my guy, man.
So we have about 5,000 people watching. Watch the word.
Oh snap, we got 5,000.
Yes.
Man, that's what's up.
Yes. So say hi to everybody.
You're from the company.
Hey everybody. What's up?
All right, so we want to know your opinion on the whole Loni Love situation. How did you feel when she said what she said about black men, you know, basically, you know, being cheaters?
Oh, black men don't cheat.
Ah, there you go. So just because there's no black men that cheated. Come on.
I don't cheat. I used to cheat. I quit cheating.
So you did used to cheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in my 20s, but now I'm older now.
Man.
And I see, like, if I'm gonna have a relationship with somebody, every time you cheat on that person, it knocks everything down a notch.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so like even like far as being in a relationship, how you deal with that person on a daily, it knocks that down. It knocks points down on that. Sexual, it knocks points down on that. You're not gonna love that person the same way if you're cheating on them.
And
so
what is the main reason that guys cheat? All of us girls want to know, because it's like, is it just because it's new coochie? Is it because
that's all it is.
An emotional thing? Like, why do guys cheat?
That's it.
That's just all it is.
It's just new. It's just new. We don't fall in love with that shit. Women fall in love with that though. Y'all wanna start a whole nother relationship and still be in a relationship. We just want some pussy and call it a day.
Okay.
But because of those two differences, it's the reason why when you cheat on your significant other or whoever you're with, that's the reason why all the points get knocked down, because the woman's gonna feel like, okay, you know what I mean, I really feeling this dude, even though I got the nigga or whatever, or so that's gonna hold you back from being complete with the person you're with.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, man, we're around the same age, you know what I mean, but I'm too old for that shit. And if I want to build with somebody.
Okay, so, that's good. And it's funny because a lot of people are agreeing with you. Other guys are like, preach, brother. Tell them black men.
Yeah.
They're like,
it's just new pussy. We just want to keep it in the street, but y'all want to take it into the house.
We want to keep it real. And a lot of guys are saying that you're telling the truth. It is about the new. So for men, it's not necessarily like, okay, I'm cheating with this girl because I want to be in a relationship with her. She's willing to give it up, and it's different, right?
But after so many times that you getting that thing, and that thing is that good, and it's better than your girls, it's like, man.
We ain't ready for that yet, though.
Bump that. But then you get in a relationship with this. Then you get in a relationship with the person you've been cheating with, and you be like, man, she hell.
Yeah, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Now, is it?
But think about it. If she's cheating now, you know what I mean? Think about being in a relationship with her.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing that we were saying in the chat is like, so many people praise this whole side chick culture, cheating culture, but like we've been saying, how you get them is how you lose them. So if you get a girl because you had a girlfriend and you cheat on your girlfriend with this girl and then y'all decide to be in a relationship, you're always going to think in the back of your mind, she could do the same thing to you that you did to her, and vice versa.
Right.
So there's never going to be any like real peace in the relationship because you guys are always going to be suspicious of each other.
So what you saying? Let me ask you a question. What do you think? Where do you think insecurity comes from?
When you talk about being secure and self-esteem, it's supposed to be about yourself. But I think insecurity comes from things that people put you through. People, like trials and tribulations that you go through in relationships.
So you don't think it comes from a guilty conscience?
Insecurities, you think so?
I believe so.
From a guilty conscience? I never looked at it. Explain further.
Hey, bro.
Look at it like
Some of us don't even be doing nothing, and the woman wants to let me check your balls, let me check your backpack, let me do this, let me do that. But you ain't, you know what? You've been the most faithful man of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why are you checking me like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
What
mean,
are you doing? What are you doing? Why you think I'm doing something? What are you doing?
True. That's true. I mean, we've seen that happen in relationships when somebody who's always accusing somebody of cheating, that's because they're cheating themselves. So that could be true, but then it could be because that person was cheated on before, and it just makes them feel, you know, as soon as like your pattern changes, they automatically suspect something.
True that.
Well,
So it could be two different things.
That is true.
Let me see.
it could be a bunch of things right there.
They are
because the thing is like when you're talking about the whole lack of trust right there. Well, for one, when you have like you're messing with that side chick or whatever, and let's say you start something new with that, you already know you're off on messed up ground because of how y'all met up. And then let's just say you do just out there happen to smash a chick or whatever. So I ran into that to where my ex's former best friend, she started, making some moves. And I talked to my main chick and like, hey, you need to check your friend because she's like doing some extra shit. Wrote me a 4-page letter and everything. I showed it to her.
Wow.
And she accused me of like wanting to fuck with her. So with the lack of trust there, old girl presented herself and I took the opportunity. But in doing after that, I felt like dog shit because she was like a solid chick, but her friend wanted a relationship. Like, no, this ain't it. I didn't think it through. And ever since then, I made a point like if I'm 10 toes down in a relationship, I don't try to entertain any other offers. I know what it is because most times it's a petty.
A lot of guys are like that too.
Opportunity. Yeah, a lot of guys are like that. It just there's some dudes who are slaves to their dick, and we got boys out there who do that, and we try not to be guilty by association. So we know what he's doing, and we tend to keep a healthy distance. We might be cool, but we don't want no part of that bullshit because that bullshit has a lot of collateral damage with it.
Can I sidebar real quick?
Yeah.
A real man knows a real woman. So he's not gonna just waste his time just busting random shit walking up and down the street. He's gonna respect her and treat her like a queen. And that's my sidebar.
Okay.
But you gotta be a real man. You gotta be a real man to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that
so
makes
if your dude is running around doing all this extra, guess what? He might not be too real, like you say he is.
Yeah.
And on that note, thank you so much, James, for calling in. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
That was good.
All right. No, that was
Hey,
good.
Tia,
That was our first call. That's what's up. If you want to call
I want to ask
in,
something.
huh? What you say?
Well, I made it an adage to say to guys, well, in front of people, but mainly the guys. I always tell guys, it always takes a pussy to expose and control one. And when it comes to a situation like that, if you're weak for just any old chick, more than likely you're not going to be able to stand up for anything worthwhile.
Right. And I think that when it comes down to it, especially with relationships, there has to be a respect factor. And I think as you get older, you have to be able to get with people who are willing to grow and mature. If somebody's doing the same stuff they was doing in like high school and college, why even waste your time? And I think a lot of times as adults, we see the bullshit for what it is. But sometimes when you're in a relationship, you feel like, well, I've been with this person for so long. You don't want to start over. But there's nothing like peace of mind, period. There's nothing like peace of mind. And nobody should have to put up with abuse. I don't care if it's physical, if it's cheating, if it's mental abuse. Your peace of mind and your sanity is worth more. And especially like we were just talking with the STDs and, people putting you at risk, it's not okay. So I think that we need to dead this side chick culture, and we need to learn to respect other people's relationships, period. You know, and I feel like a lot of that is just dead. And, nowadays it's like, it's cool to be a side chick. It's cool to be a thought. It's cool for guys to be out here just slinging their peen like Tic Tacs to any and everybody. I mean, having a whole damn forest of children. Though none of the mamas match,
and that's the other part.
But they're all his kids. Look at Future, Lil Boosie, all of them.
Well, that's another situation too, because when it comes to side chick culture, there's a lot of individuals who figure there's a sense of power in lording over somebody with a secret or the ability to destroy somebody's life with the underhanded activities they've been participating in, whether it be an abortion or having a side baby, which is another level of damage in itself, or just trying to basically extort people for whatever. Then you have individuals like a Future, or you see in somewhere like a Memphis where you're having a bunch of chicks that had 80 kids between 3 to 5 guys.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Remember the one black dude from like 10 years ago? He had like 23 children by like 17 different women. And the one was mad. She was on the news pissed off because her child support check was 43 cents. It's like, what the fuck do you expect your baby mama number 15? It's just like we've thrown all common sense out the window. And I just think that, as shady as what Loni may have said, and how, a lot of black men were in their feelings, I think that it also caused a really good dialogue. And that's what I liked about it, is that it caused a lot of open dialogue, because we do have to be honest, that a lot of people don't respect relationships. Kevin Hart could not cheat if Montia Sagbag did not respect the fact, one, she's a woman and he's a married man. She can try and play crazy like she didn't know. If you know Kevin Hart enough to fuck him, then you know Kevin Hart enough to know that he has a wife, period. So I never buy that when side chicks try to say, well, I didn't know they had a wife, but you know who he is. I'm sorry, but like, if I'm about to be intimate with somebody, I mean, you have to know something about them. I mean, unless it's just like, I guess, a simple one night stand. But being that he's a major celebrity, she knew what time it was. This is not, crackhead, Ray from up the street. This is Kevin Hart. So again, people don't respect other people's relationships. And that's the part that's unfortunate. Let me go ahead and read this super chat. Amadea Kadane says, love the new podcast platform, T. Heard the new episode, all the best. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. And then Christy Thomas called in. She says, black men, our co-host and black women screaming about where is the respectability for black women, but normalizing black men cheating. Not all black men, but when black women do it, they're all hoes. Thank you so much for the super chat. Run that by me again. Okay, so she says basically, you and the other fella are normalizing when black men cheat. It's like, well, they're cheating because it's new cooch. But then when black women cheat, people say that they're all hoes. So how do you address that?
Well, the thing is, like, unfortunately, in the society, it is normalized. But in the circles, I think either James or myself especially, we have these discussions. And, I've had a few guys talking about, hey, this girl, she's good and all that. I said, so what's up with your chick? And I'll start seeing get to the bottom of things. And I said, do you really want to do this shit? Because, you don't know what's up with this person. I mean, if you're going to do it, there's consequences to it. And you can't play, this is not a victimless crime you're going to do. Now, I give him a chance to either redeem himself by doing the right thing, or if he falls off and does his thing, I tell him about himself.
Right.
Because I would expect that out in my peers. Because I don't think it's cool, especially if you got a solid chick at home. I'm really gonna rail on you. Because like, look, man, she does this, that. What is the problem?
So you feel like more black men should hold each other accountable. I think that's really important. More should. But it depends on the circles you run with. Some guys are some straight pussy hounds, and they get the trouble they get. But if you got fellas who are about something, hold each other to a level of discipline and standard. Some guys slip and fall, whatever. But still, you're like, look, if you want to hold that camaraderie around your brothers, then there is some checks and balances. We're gonna hold accountable stuff. There's guys who cheat on a solid chick
And I gave him hell for it. And I was like, man, what the fuck you do that for? You don't lose a solid chick and you don't bitch about it because of this chicken head that was just giving up ass to the whole community.
Right. Okay, let me go ahead. We got another caller calling in. We want to hear from some of the ladies too. Don't be shy, women. Let's see. Let me go ahead and add. Looks like Gil to the stream. Gil, are you there?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah. What's up, Gil? We can hear you.
Hey, what up?
So what do you think about the discussion tonight as a Black man? How did you feel about what Loni Love had to say?
I thought Loni Love was full of crap.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she was just, sounded like she was speaking from a place of hurt. Like maybe, she been done wrong by guys in the past, but I don't think the way she phrased it, it just sounded like it was just something exclusive to Black men. And I'm like, dudes gonna do what they want to do. It really doesn't matter what race they are. If you want another girl, you just gonna go get another girl. And for her to frame it around like slavery and we just been brainwashed, and I'm like, well, you could say that about any race. Like, why is that just exclusive to Black dudes?
Right. So now, do you feel like we live in a culture right now where it's like, it's just cool, like nobody just really has respect for themselves? I would say like more or less, I don't want to say just in the celebrity world, but just in general, like it's just okay to be a thought. It's okay to be, a male whore, just all that stuff. We're not just going to down the women because you have a lot of these men who are out here just sleeping around, having all types of babies. So do you feel like this is kind of even being ingrained in the culture?
Yeah, but I think all of that starts at home. Everybody raised different. So if you raised in that kind of culture, starting from your house, and that's been tolerated, and you don't carry those values outside of your house, I feel like that's on you, because your parents or whoever you grew up around, they should have did their part and made sure that you had the discipline and the proper understanding of how to conduct yourself. If you know that's wrong, but you choose to go out and do it anyway, that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. And I feel like maybe people just lacking a lot of discipline because maybe they feel like it's okay to do so. But if you've been taught the right way, it's plenty dudes out there that's not doing the things she kind of pointed out and made it just seem like Black dudes just got this huge problem. And I'm like, nah, that's not true. Maybe the dude she fooled with, that's how I feel like maybe the dude she fooled with got that problem. But that's not, I just don't feel like that's just exclusive to us.
Right. So let me ask you this. And I want to get some women call in. Don't be scared. Okay. Let me ask y'all this. Do you feel like a lot of times, especially like on platforms like The Real and other talk shows, do you feel like sometimes we're too quick to air our dirty laundry out to the world, like as Black people?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Oh, I think that's what really bothered me the most. Okay, it's kind of like, dang, she can't wait. You know what I mean? I can't stand that.
Hold on, Gil. Chat, put a teacup in the chat if you guys feel like we air our dirty laundry too much to the public, because you don't really see Asians and Latinos on mainstream platforms, be it male or female, putting all their dirty laundry out there. So do you think that we do that too much as a people? Put a teacup in the chat if you believe that. So go ahead and finish your point, Gil.
Yeah, I just believe it's like we like to show out when we get on TV or we get on social media. It's like, I don't mind us having a conversation, like if it's needed, but it should be on like platforms like this. Like it's exclusive to us and we can kind of just chat how we want to chat. Don't wait to get on TV to throw people under the bus. I just can't stand when people do that, because it just makes you look like you are opportunist. You are opportunist. You just can't wait to say what somebody bad is doing. It's like, come on, man. You don't gotta get on national TV just to say how bad somebody is. That bothers me when people do that.
Right. And I've seen that happen, and it seems like it happens a lot. Oh God, the teacups are flowing, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad you guys agree. And I think that's what kind of bothered me low key as well. Because like I said, I'm never going to just go attack. And that's why I didn't want to like do a video or, drag her, be like, how dare you? Because again, there's been so many instances where Black women have been disrespected and talked bad about, we have Big Daddy talking about Black women need to tighten up and, Gilbert Arenas and just all this stuff. And then you don't have Black celebrity men coming to any of those women's defenses. So that was my thing, more or less, is that too many times we just air our dirty laundry, for the world to see, and then it's father for other races. You know what I'm saying? We just got to. So let me see. JC sent the $20 super chat. She says men are called hoes all the time. Some just don't care. Also, some men would not enter a relationship with a woman with 10 kids, but some women will give Future a chance, and sometimes it's on us. Amen, sis. Thank you. And
I'm glad you said
that is so true. And again, JC, I think once again, it goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. It's about power and status. Because trust me, if Future's ass was broke and he was a fry cook, I love that example at Bojangles, nobody would pay his ass no mind like that. You might have some females that might bob on the dick, but they're not trying to really be in a relationship with a dude with 10 kids. But because he's a rapper, he's an entertainer, he has status, regardless of his 10 kids, his status is going to elevate their status. That's why you have a young girl like Lori Harvey. And I'm not going to lie, Lori Harvey is beautiful. She's drop dead gorgeous, but she moves like a bird. Okay. Y'all will call her a bird. Let's keep that real. People give Lori Harvey passes. She done dated Justin. Was it Justin? I don't know. One of Diddy's sons. I think it was Justin. She dated Justin. She dated Diddy. Now she's with Future. She was with Trey Songz. People had rumors that she was dating Meek Mill at one point. I know he wanted her on his wish list. So she's dated a lot of dudes in the industry, okay? And as a female, she's doing a bit much for only being 23 years old. But I feel like people give her a pretty pass. And we're going to do a show on that in the future that I call Pretty Pass, where people give people certain passes because of how they look. Whereas if that was Gabrielle Sidibe, let's keep it real. Yeah, her. But because it's skinny Lori Harvey, it's like, oh, she's young, she's free, she's living her best life. And it's like, yeah, she's living her best life, but look at the dude she's with. This dude literally just had a 7th and 8th child. His baby's mothers had to come together like Voltron and then do a sneak DNA test behind his back to get this fool to pay child support. So again, we will lower our standards depending on the status of the man. So I'm glad you brought that up, sis.
Hey, lovely.
Yes, sir.
How would you explain the sense of your future?
We don't talk about other YouTubers on my shit. You know that.
But like I was saying, I want to say this. Okay, I agree with what you were saying. But if Future was white or he was any other race, why? To me, that seems like a man thing. That's not what that got to do with a black man. Like, girls gonna do that regardless. It doesn't matter if he's black. Are we just saying this is a man problem or is this a black man problem? This whole cheating thing. Like, what are we trying to say?
Well, she used Future as an example. She didn't say black men, but we got to understand my audience is predominantly black. We're young, we're into hip hop. So those are going to be the references that people are going to use more or less. You feel me? But what she's saying is that if a woman has to, like, keep it real, Gil, if I had 10 kids by 10 different men, or even let's say, okay, I don't want to be a hoe and say 10 different men. Even 3. By 3 different men, y'all wouldn't look at me twice. Y'all be like, she's damaged goods, moving on, next case. But a man,
I know. I wouldn't either. You're right.
By 10 different women, and even if he's the fry cook at Bojangles, a female will still, possibly give him some play. But if he's a celebrity, regardless if he's white or black, because let's not forget, our president in chief, he got a shit ton of baby mamas, and his kids got different baby mothers and everything else, and he still was able to bag Melania. So it's like, especially with men of power, people will, make excuses for them, and females will lower their standards depending on the man, even if he comes.
Yeah. But that's a choice that those females make. That goes back to that female though. Like nobody's making those females do that. That they're choosing to do that.
Right. Let me go ahead and read another.
But no, I agree with you. I agree.
A lot of people in here. This damn podcast is popping. I'm surprised YouTube ain't shut it down yet. Oh,
Not
yeah.
yet.
Y'all go ahead and like this stream. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, please hit the thumbs up. Okay? It's free. Don't cost nothing. Hit the thumbs up. We have damn near 5,000 people in here, and we got 100 damn likes. Hook me up with a like. Thumbs up.
Hey, T, I'm about to be out. I got to hit you up later.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in, Gil.
All right, peace.
Okay, let me read this super chat.
Let me ask you this. Like,
yes.
Where's the soft cap for a hoe? Because you said I don't want to be a hoe with 10 kids. Where's the cap at?
I don't know. That's just a lot of damn kids. That's a lot of damn children. I can barely keep it with my two with the same father. Oh, I couldn't imagine just having multiple baby daddies, different kids' names. Yeah. Like I don't have time. It's hard enough with two. That's a lot. People be like, how many kids you got? I'm like, I got a whole bunch of kids. Like, how many kids you got? 2? Girl, that's not a lot. Shit, for me it is. I run around a lot with behind them boys. So let me see. But the fact that that's not a lot, that's bad. Right. So let me read this super chat. Movom says, but what if a woman has 10 kids but is a billionaire? Would dudes try to hit up on her? I like that question, sis. So what do you think, Ronan? If it's a woman with 10 kids, but she's a billionaire?
It's a bird is a bird, but she got more opportunities to do things. Well, she can afford them kids.
Right. Look at Kiki Wyatt. Kids. Kiki Wyatt. And we're not trying to disrespect her. She just had, I think, her 10th child by her, I don't know, like 4th husband. So is that an exception?
No.
Okay. You're just like, I'm not dealing with 10 kids. I don't give a damn who they are.
Right. 10's a big number.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of kids. Angelina Jolie too. She got all them damn kids. She done adopted and stuff, and now she's single. Well, look at John and Kate +8. All her kids were by the same man. It's a lot of damn kids. You see, John moved on, got a young little girlfriend, living his best life, but Kate can't move on. So it's a lot harder for women because a lot of times the children tend to be with the women. So you have this woman with 8 kids. I think like 6 of them are what? I don't know, sextuplets. Then she has 2 sets of twins. Don't nobody got time for that at all.
No,
it's a lot. It's a lot. Even the daddy don't even see the kids like that. So I wouldn't even expect another dude to step up and want to raise those 8 kids.
Well, the way I look at it, it's not just kids. You're talking about expenses. You're talking about the better crew. You're talking about a lot of things besides kids. I mean, you're looking at everything in a whole. Hell, if you see somebody with 1 child, they have a mountain of debt, you have to really look through. I really want to entertain this.
Right. Yeah, we understand Kiki's married. We just used her as an example. Kris Jenner's another one. Kris Jenner had a whole bunch of kids, but because of her status, Bruce Jenner was willing to give her a chance, and they became the Brady Bunch and all that stuff. So that's just an example because she has a lot of kids. So we have another call here. Let me go ahead and let this caller into the stream. Satchel Page, hey, thank you for calling into the show.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So what do you think about the Loni Love situation and what she had to say about black men cheating?
First of all, can you guys hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, great. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the podcast. Great discussion. Thank you for having this discussion. What's up, Ronan T? First and foremost, I think we're missing a great deal of truth by not acknowledging the lack of fear of God. We've lost our spirituality and our fear of the universe and of God, so we've lost respect. If you don't fear anything that's greater than you, that created you, that gave you life, you don't fear your parents, you don't fear the teachers, you don't fear your boss. People quit jobs so willy-nilly, and I can go do this, I can go do that. We lack that foundation. It was like Ronan was saying earlier in the podcast, or another gentleman, it's about how you were raised. culturally, things are being accepted that were not accepted. We are unholy. We have no fear of God. And when you lack the fear of God, the sanctity of marriage, you get married. And the first thing the pastor says is, we gathered today to celebrate this union under God. He has a Bible. He or she has a Bible, and they read scripture from there. But yet what you go and do is you commit adultery against God, and then you break the sanctity of that marriage by doing so. And now when you're dating, you have that same lack of respect for a person, because ultimately, like you said, T, earlier, it's about respect. Everything is about respect. And when you don't have respect for someone, you don't care how you're going to hurt them. And when you respect someone, your respect remains even when they're not in your presence. So if you are married, engaged, or just dating someone, you respect them enough to not cheat. But I have a question to you all that's out there. What is cheating? Because to me, cheating is a great big thing. Like, cheating is when you entertain someone and the significant other that you're with would be hurt by it, whether it's a conversation, whether it's going out to dinner, whether it's just entertaining things that would hurt your partner.
Right. So a lot of people are agreeing with you in the chat. A lot of people are saying preach and things like that. So what do you guys in the chat, what do you guys consider cheating? Is cheating having, going all the way, physically having sex with somebody? Is it oral sex? And remember, our own president was trying to say that oral sex wasn't really sex.
Right.
Is it entertaining somebody, on, let's say you're talking to a girl on Facebook Live or Instagram, DM, and you guys are flirting back and forth, but you have a whole girlfriend or a whole wife or a whole boyfriend. Is that cheating? What do you guys feel is cheating in the comments? I want to see what people are writing.
And as well,
husbands and wives count?
You said what?
Do work husbands and wives count?
Yes.
Those are the worst. When people have, whole relationships at work, those are the worst. So a lot of people are saying this. Re-release says emotional cheating and physical cheating. Brittany says, you look cute, T. Thank you, boo.
You do look cute, by the way.
Thank you. I love what you mentioned. Anything beyond a hug, dates with other people, sex I count as cheating, kissing and other types of sex. Let me see here. Cheating is anything you wouldn't do. No, cheating is anything you wouldn't want your significant other doing to you.
Perfectly.
Perfectly, Aubrey Gonzalez. Kudos to you, girl.
Okay, so T, one more thing I want to address with Loni Love. Like Ronan was saying, she's not the first pick for most men. You know what I'm saying? She's not an ugly woman by a long shot, but she doesn't look like she takes care of herself. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't look like she's striving to lose weight or anything like that. And cheating yes, men with power tend to cheat, but monogamy, honestly, if you look back for thousands of years, monogamy particularly was not the thing that a person in power, even a queen, even a woman, could have multiple husbands. But it was always demanded that she had to be able to take care of those husbands and treat them equally. She would have a first husband, a second husband, a third husband. However, that first husband was allotted the opinion to say if another husband was going to be able to come in and be a husband. So he would have to give his approval, or she would have to give her approval, or pick the next person. And they would all have a stature. They would all have to come with a certain amount of funds. And they would all have to be, if say you're marrying a second husband because his kingdom is a kingdom, that would provide protection in the East, or he had great farmlands. It was always something to add to that particular person who was up here, and they were combining together. So Loni Love saying all black men do something is ridiculous, because I don't cheat. I've never cheated. I've been cheated on, but I've never cheated on anyone. And because I have the fortitude and the strength, and I was raised in a household where my dad did not cheat on my mom. He respected her. He adored her. And he always taught me, first of all, pick your battles. You don't want to lose, like James was saying, that bond that you have with a person, because you break that bond by being the weak link in the chain, by giving up something. If you don't want to be with that person, go be with someone else. And it's not always men only want new cooch. That's a fallacy. Sometimes men are dissatisfied in the relationship. They're unevenly yoked with their partner. Their partner has found some new spiritual thing. That man still hasn't found that, and he feels inadequate. And the woman who's giving him what he needs to make him feel like he's something is doing that. And that's the same with women, because at the core of everything, we're all human beings. Okay, women just have a higher standard. But when women cheat, they're very sneaky about it. They're very clever. They barely get caught. They make sure that the person they're cheating with knows about their husband, knows his work schedule, know when he gonna be home. Men are sloppy, messy. They'll have all the information in their phone, receipts in their pockets, hotel keys, all kind of just craziness, and then get caught up and wonder, oh my God, how did she catch me? What did I do? Why me? Well, you made me do it, and they don't take accountability. While women will have every reason why they cheated. You weren't paying me enough attention. You didn't tell me I was beautiful. You didn't take me out. The same thing you did to get a woman, you have to do to keep a woman. Same thing you did to get that man, you have to do to keep that man. Thank y'all for entertaining me tonight. I appreciate you. What's up, tea sippers? Enjoy the podcast.
All right, Black man. He came through with the Bible. Preach, Black man.
Hey,
I ain't mad at him. He said a lot of true stuff. Some people was like, it's getting mushy, but no, he said a lot of real stuff. Come on, tea sippers. Let's see here. Somebody said that Loni Love is somebody wrote something about Loni Love. These comments, if you're not in the YouTube chat right now, these comments are vicious, yo. Somebody was like, Loni Love is dating a fat, white, unemployed white man. They are in here dragging. Y'all are wow. Let me read this super chat real quick. Kiss My Teal sent $10. She says the Jezebel spirit done laid her whole cooch over the earth. The sexual energy is very strong. The whole world is acting buck wild. Love you, T. Stay beautiful, sis. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. She went there. Yeah, something is going on with the world. Something is. I mean, you got kids out here who are fucking like grown adults. You're in the 8th grade. They get more than I do and be bragging about it on Facebook and on, social media. I got to give me some dick tonight. You're in 7th grade. What do you know about getting peen? And they're messing up.
But you know what?
It's crazy. You're right. That Jezebel spirit.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's another element most people are not talking about. Because what you're doing, there are kids watching.
Yeah.
So when they think it's cool that mom or whoever is doing their thing, okay, well, I can take this to school. So are you out there doing your? And the thing, this goes back to.
You're starting to sound like you underwater again.
No, I didn't switch on anything.
Oh,
I was different. But when I was talking to this one chick, the first thing is she lied to me about her 5 kids. Then the second thing was in finding out her lying to me like that, I look back and remember she had 5 daughters. And every time she would leave to the house, we'd go to the house before I knew anything. I look back and I remember the only thing that kept them from the elements was that raggedy ass wood door and that deadbolt lock. So while mama was living her best life supposedly, what was I teaching the girls verbally?
Right. So let me see. DJ Bullet sent a super chat. He says, I would never cheat on T with another vlogger. You bet not. You stay with me always. Thank you so much for the super chat. Right. You're mine. But no, that was a very interesting comment about the Jezebel spirit. That was very interesting. Yeah. Thank you for that. Let's see here. It's already 5:39. We've been on here. We started at 4:30. We've been here over an hour, you guys. Can you believe it? Do you guys want me to go till 6 or do you guys want to end the stream now? Teacup, if you want me to stay till 6. Let's see what they say. Y'all want me to stay? Let me know. Let me know. Why? Hold on.
Today I got time, cuz.
Let me know.
Today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz.
I got a a little bit of time. I can stay till 6. Then I got to start dinner.
What I tell you?
Okay, teacups. Hey. Hold up. Let me having fun with my little soundboard. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring in
they want to know
call.
the number.
We got another call on the line. I see somebody calling in. We got a super chat too. Let me read this. Okay.
The ladies won't know a number.
It's a link. I have posted the link on my Patreon. It's a link. Because then you have to call in through the computer. I want to talk to some ladies. The link is on my Patreon. And you know what, you guys? I started a Discord for my members. Let me say this before I read the super chat. YouTube does not let you private message your members. And so I'm trying to start an email list with all my members on YouTube, all my members on, well, I can get a hold of everybody on Patreon, but I want to start an email list with my members on YouTube and on PayPal. So if you're sending me monthly PayPal donations, please email me. I want everybody that's a member on YouTube, email me at lovelyt2002. Just make the subject YouTube membership. I'll look up your name and I want to save your email. I want to be able to have private chats on Discord and on different forums with members and stuff like that. With everybody who supports me, everybody who's supporting my podcast. If you're sending any type of money, I don't care if it's $1, if it's $20, whatever you're sending to support the show, I want to be able to have chats with you guys. I want to be able to get you guys the call-in number, the call-in links, because the call-in links are going to change every show. And I want to be able to send out an email blast so that way you guys have a way to call in. And for whatever reason, YouTube is not allowing us to private message our members. So if you're a member, okay, please email me at lovelyt2002@yahoo.com so that way I can get you the links and stuff like that whenever the show's getting ready to air, so that way you guys can call in. So we're still trying to work out all the bugs and stuff, so I'm really sorry about that. So Movam says we are also peer pressured into middle school/high school to lose our virginities early because you would be seen as cool. But if you choose to keep it longer, you'd be looked down on. Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
That's sad. And it's really like that nowadays. Not saying that it wasn't like that when I was younger too, but yeah, that's really sad that people are pressuring. It's like it's not cool. You know, and there's nothing wrong. Like when you decide to lose your virginity, that should be between you and a special person. The only thing I've always said is don't look down on somebody who's not a virgin because you don't know how they lost their virginity. Because I didn't have a choice with mine. So never look down and be like, oh, because somebody's not a virgin, oh, they're a slut. That may not necessarily be the case. But there is nothing wrong with being a virgin. There's nothing wrong with waiting till you find the right person. Hell, there's nothing wrong with waiting until marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because like I always say, you don't want a bunch of soul ties. You don't want a lot of people inside your body. You don't want to share that special thing that you have, that essence about you with everyone. And one thing that I've noticed that I've gotten older, because I was one of the girls, I was always the homegirl in the clique. That's why I got a lot of dudes who rock with me that I'm cool with. And even now as we gotten older, there's nothing, I don't feel uncomfortable around them. I don't feel no type of way. But some of my homegirls who slept with a lot of guys in high school and college, now that they're older, they like really hold like animosity towards some of these guys. So it's like they can't be in the same room with them. They can't have a conversation with them. They're mad. They feel some type of way. And especially if the guys are married and have a wife. Whereas if you don't sleep with everybody, there's nothing to be uncomfortable with. Like I can be cool with so many guys because I've never had no type of sexual anything with them. So it's like we can joke, clown. I can be around their wives. Their wives don't have to worry about me because if I wanted the peen, I'd have got it back in damn high school. Okay. So, but whereas if you were smashing this guy and smashing that guy and that guy, then, you know, it gets harder as you get older. There's just always like that weird, you know, thing when you see somebody that you smashed at the grocery store and they're living their best life and you're just, you know, mad at the world. I see it happen all the time. So you keep on holding strong, sis. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do.
Trust me, it's worth the wait.
We give good advice here, honey. We love the babies. We do. Let's see here. Oh, Chelsea Cox sent a super chat, $14.99. She says, love you, T. Been a tea sipper for a long time. I also have a chronic pain illness and I applaud your strength. Thank you so much. That means the world to me. You know, we can't let that chronic pain get us down. You know, we do what we got to do and we keep it moving. But thank you so much for the super chat. Novelist Diane says, speaking of the Bible, Queen Esther wasn't the first wife. She was simply the favorite. Okay. All right, sis. She knows her Bible. There you go. I think that was for Ty. Okay, good. We got a girl calling in. Perfect. Perfect. All right. We got a girl. Let's see. Christy Thomas, are you there?
Yes, I am. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much.
Huh?
Can you turn down your radio?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm actually on the way home from work.
Oh no,
I'm in DC
now. I can hear you now.
You're good.
Yep.
You're good.
So what do you think so far?
Huh?
What do you think about the show so far?
The show is excellent. I love the different opinions. I just had to call in because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like some of these guys, I'm like, what the heck? Especially the comment section is popping. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
You crazy? I'm over here trying to call this,
and I'm like,
flipping out.
I know, and I'm like, wow. So my perspective is this, like, so my parents have been married for 33 years in April, right?
Oh, wow.
And so, I know, right? My dad has only been faithful for the last, I guess, 10 years.
Oh, damn.
And exactly. And it's only due to, like, medical issues. And so my experience with black men being a black woman is that, you know, a lot of black men do cheat. And I'm not saying that all black men cheat because I have a mentor that's an amazing man and he's faithful. But I'm saying that I get what Loni Love said because it's not even she said all black men. She specifically was like, you know, in my opinion, she said, I think that a lot of black men can't be faithful. That's what she said. And I'm like, okay, I get where she's coming from, but it did sound like all black men can't be faithful.
Right.
But then the whole thing with, and I'm sorry, co-host, that I got to call you out on this. You went straight to her looks and how she, you know, her appearance when you like, oh, well, some people, you know, I see how she could get cheated on. Whereas instead of kind of like singling out the fact that you think that black men would cheat on her, and a lot of black men have been like, well, she jumped to the white man shit anyway. Right. So it's kind of like she can't win. You automatically assume that she's going to get cheated on based on her appearance.
Well, it goes beyond her appearance. I said that this man would be an ass. That was just me. But in general, if you want, if a guy wanted to, and the opportunity is out there to do it, he could. That's just
but that's the this is where my problem is. Like, you know, I sent the chat in saying that, you know, where is everybody keep normalizing this whole cheating thing? Like, oh, you know, if the opportunity is there, you might as well do it. Where's your integrity? Like, and I get it. You know, sometimes it's,
Well, so that's a good thing to ask. Because the thing is, like,
he was saying that that's a good thing to ask.
When you have individuals present that opportunity to you, like, hey, let's go do this thing. Imagine the response when you present the idea of going to the free clinic to get checked up. You'll get a level of resistance from that alone. And sadly, that is a safeguard to keep people at bay. Because some people don't even know not only how many people they slept with, but what they potentially have. Because some people don't show the symptoms of what they do have.
I agree.
But yeah,
I'm just, okay.
Just because it's out there doesn't mean you have to go get it.
I get it. And I'm just saying, like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
A lot of people are agreeing with you in the chat. They're saying you're correct. Like, where is the integrity? Because we have normalized cheating. It's almost like, well, that's just a part of life, and it shouldn't be. And that's what makes a lot of people, you know, myself included, scared to get into relationships because you don't want to feel that hurt again. Because it's just, I remember a woman telling me, when I was going through my situation in my marriage. And she's like, oh, all men cheat. That's just what it is. That's just what they do. And it's like, wait, what? That's your advice, you know? And this was an older woman. And she was just like, yeah, that's just what men do. You know, he'll eventually slow down. But I shouldn't have to wait till I'm in my 40s for a man to slow down and stop cheating on me. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that was very, your parents were married all those years and your dad just stopped cheating about 10 years ago.
And let me blow your mind with this, though. Let me tell you how this is like, and I get what Loni Love was saying when she said that it's part of slavery, but I think she took it too far back a little bit, because I'm like, I didn't have to, like, do all that. But anyways, my own father, I dated a guy in college, and he played for a team, and he eventually went off to the NFL. We dated for a little while, and when it came time to propose, I got, you know, everybody was in my ear like, hey, you know, he's about to propose. Get ready, get ready. And I broke up with him before he proposed because I felt like, you know, he couldn't keep his team, you know, away from the groupies. And so I was like, it's only going to get worse as his contracts get bigger. And when I told my dad that, my dad flipped the freak out. He was like, so you gonna get a broke nigga that's gonna keep his, like, yeah, he was like, so, like, why didn't you just stick with him? Like, he got money, it's okay. Let him cheat and he'll get out his system. And I was like, I can't talk to you. I was like, you I can't talk to you. Like, you have and you my dad. Like, just imagine your own father telling you, like, it's okay.
Look, I got
take him back because he's gonna have a check.
Christy, your dad got to get one of these.
Really, nigga?
Huh?
That's
ridiculous. Like my own dad.
Wow. But again, he was looking at it like,
I know,
you got to get with somebody in a position of power. So remember how I was saying that before, that, you know, a guy can cheat and do certain things because if he's in a position of power, it's seen as okay to a lot of people in society. Just like what Joe Budden was saying about Kevin Hart. So that's kind of how your dad was looking at that guy. Like, you know, he's about to sign a contract. He's going to, you know, a national sports team. Girl, you done messed up, you know?
And I was like, at first I was like, did I mess up? Like, yeah, doubting myself, because I'm like, wait a minute, you taught me that, you know, a man is not that how much money, but yet you, like, literally are, like, reprimanding me for, like, not taking the fact that he's cheating on me and could possibly pass along diseases, like, and accepting it because he got a couple of commas in his bank account.
Okay, look, somebody in the chat just said this. Brenda Moyer says, my dad is like that. He thinks cheating is not a problem. Definitely the man is a provider. Shake my head. Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that. It's so funny because even to this day at my dad's house, like, he still has a picture of me and my ex-husband, like, on his, like, you know, like on the table.
Wow.
I'm like, Daddy, you know we're divorced, right? He's like, so? Of us, like, it's like the funniest thing. Every time I go to his house in Delaware, it's like there's like this picture of, like, you know, it's like it's one of me and my husband, then there's one of me and my ex-husband and the kids, and he still has the pictures, and he's just like, I guess in his mind he's just like, oh well, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, it's like, God, you know, fathers, I don't know, that's just funny. That's so funny. But there's a few fathers that think like that. Let's see here. We got a few super chats. We got a lot of super chats coming in here. Satchel Page sent $20. He said, cheaters are often liars and manipulators and have low self-esteem. But how do you guys feel about a man or a woman who has multiple partners and they know, or how do you feel about them having multiple wives or husbands? Is that okay? Now that's more polygamy type stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki, for the super chat. #1 fan. Okay. I mean, as far as multiple partners, I feel like as long as you're honest with everyone that you're with, you know what I mean? It's not my job to regulate people's peens and coochies. You do what you want to do with your body. But I think that if you're going to make a sleeping with multiple people, you need to be honest with those people. It's not okay because, again, if you're sleeping with Ray Ray and Dante, but Dante got something, but Ray Ray don't even know that you're sleeping with Dante, you're putting Ray Ray at risk for what the hell Dante got. You feel me? So I think you need to be honest as adults. If you don't want to be in a relationship, that's fine. If you rather just be homie lover friends, that's fine. You need to be honest. But the problem is, okay, let's keep it real. A lot of people like to have their cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again.
That's so true.
So let me read this.
That is so true.
Talia JC says, Black men seem to be the only race that are comfortable with disrespecting their own women because Black men are on a pedestal in the Western world, while Black women are lower than everyone else. She's speaking some real stuff. You want to go ahead and answer that, Ronan?
I take my time. I got time for it.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like, unfortunately, Black women, especially in this society, we are like, and I've said this on YouTube and people got offended, but I was just speaking my truth, that a lot of times we are seen at the bottom of the totem pole, especially when it comes to other races of women. And especially if you're a dark-skinned woman, you're all the way at the bottom. Unfortunately, is it okay? Is it right? No. But in the hierarchy of things, that's how Black women are treated, and it's sad because the opposite is our partners who are supposed to be the Black men. You guys are seen at the top of the totem pole, so it's just like the dynamic is so weird and it's so sad. And then a lot of that is what causes all these gender wars and people going back and forth and disrespecting each other as well.
Honestly, that is a very deep and loaded question because there's a lot of factors to that.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've seen, there are still a lot of Black men who prefer to be around, marry, have children with women. Now, socially, it seems, in spite of the talk show, mess and everything else, especially songs and everything, there are still men who wish to have Black women as our own. Now, a lot of the thought culture and a lot of things you see on Wall Star Hip Hop and on YouTube and whatnot is very disparaging look for Black women in general.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a select number who prefer not to, but in mass, I believe there are more.
Okay.
Just by what I've seen and talked to in socially.
Right. So it looks like we have another caller calling in here.
Oh man!
So I'm going to go ahead and let you in, but thank you so much, Christy, for calling in. We needed some female energy, honey. These guys are trying to jump.
I had to tell them. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
You too. I'm glad she came.
Let this be another lady.
Like, yo, I be trying to, I'm trying to fight these dudes, and it's just me. So let me go ahead.
I mean, that doesn't sound right.
Let me let Nateria in here. We got another female. Hey, sis.
What's up, lovely?
Y'all
tea?
bold now.
How are you?
I got some cream apple, so I'm sipping my tea. This is my tea for tonight. Honey, I got my mom watching you, girl. I love you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so glad we got some female energy because I'm like, where are all the girls? I was acting scared, but y'all coming.
No, we ain't scared. We letting the men take over. The men was saying some really good stuff, and I'm so happy to see that. I'm so happy to hear that.
Good.
But my thing,
now, before you chime in, make sure it's bluntly and unapologetically.
Of course, I fear nobody but the Most High Yah. So therefore, I'm going to say what I have to say.
Amen.
My thing, I'm going to speak from my experience because I've been where most Black women have been at. I've been hurt. I've been used mentally, physically, sexually, and it is a hurtful thing. But I used to blame men all the time. Why men do this? Why men do that? Oh my gosh, I'm so sick of them. I even went over the fence for 1 second, one real hot second, and I jumped right back over into the pond that felt a little bit more comfortable. You feel me? Right. But, I had to
what happened on the other side of the fence?
I had to evaluate myself, and I had to stop ignoring the signs that cheaters give. They all have the same characteristics. You know, I'm with my husband now, but trust me, I took him through the little tiny test, like the grabbing of the phone, just to see how he reacts, and he had no reaction. You know, is he hanging out all night in the bars? How does he talk? Is everything he talk about sex? Then that evidently that's the only thing that's on his mind. And believe it or not, I went celibate for 22 months before I got my husband I have today. I learned how to love Elohim, the Most High Yah, more, because I agree with the gentleman before then. In order for you to have, this world is chaos. And I'll admit, ever since Little Kim came out with the no time for fake niggas, just sipping Cristal with these real niggas, women just went full berserk on, well, if she gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, no, two wrongs don't make a right. You know, adding fuel to the fire don't do nothing but make the fire bigger. So as an individual man and woman, you have to not want that same circle to keep repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. And sometimes as women and as men that seem to find these cheating women, as an individual, we have to learn to pump our brakes and evaluate ourselves. And sometimes when you do that, you realize that maybe you don't love yourself as much as you think you love yourself. Maybe there's something deep down that happened to you years ago that is affecting, that is the root of your problem. And in order for you to move on and be in healthy relationships, whether it's a friendship, a boyfriend, a husband, a wife, it don't matter. You have to dig into that root and make sure that root is dug up, because it's causing the rest of your plant to be nasty, be ruined, if you allow the tares and to keep growing with what you're trying to do. You can't continue.
I'm agreeing with you, sis, because that is true. If you're finding yourself in the same relationship, the same type of relationship, you keep attracting the same type of men, you know, the cheaters, the abusers, things like that. After a while, you have to ask yourself, what is the energy that you're putting out there that's attracting these type of guys to you? And a lot of times we don't like to self-evaluate. We don't like to look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and evaluate.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
You know, honey.
That's not just a song. That's real. That's real.
It's true. Like, we have to take a look at ourselves and we have to slow down. And that's one thing I always tell women. When you deal with a breakup, it's okay to abstain from sex. I've done celibacy several times throughout the year.
Girl, I used it as a wall. This one time, this guy was trying to crack game to me and was like, yo, I'm trying to get your number and stuff. And I was like, well, before I do that, I'm gonna have to let you know I'm celibate. Right. And he was like, what's that mean? I'm like, what? Wait. I said, well, that means in simple terms, I'm not having sex until I get married. And he was like, oh, well, never mind. You don't need my number. And I'm like, thank you. And I kept on walking.
People out. You know, and a lot of times you gotta work on exercising those soul ties, because let's keep it real. Can we all be adults for a minute here? What's the thing that keeps people in bad relationships? Let's keep it real.
The dick. Can I say that?
Dick and drama.
Can I say that?
If the sex is good, the relationship can be shit. He can be giving her knots on her forehead. She can be just the most disrespectful.
I ain't put up with that, but yeah.
Woman. Yeah, it's like that peen will keep people in sex. That those sexual soul ties are so strong. And
I had the 20 plus peen.
Yeah,
when I had to cut off the
that person, you have to just exercise that stuff out of you. Because if you're still messing with them on the side, or you're still, you know, falling for them, even though you guys are not together, you're not going to be able to completely cut that person out of your body, essence, your mind. So it's very good to just be abstinent for like a good amount of time before jumping into a new relationship. That's why some people are crazy now. Let's keep it real. When you're bouncing from peen to peen, cooch to cooch, you're gathering all types of different people's energy and spirit.
And their spirit. Yep, you're right.
That's why some people are just loco.
And for the polygamy, or what, having multiple husbands
polygamy.
And wives. First of all, this is how I look at it. The Most High Yah has one church, and we're supposed to love him as he loves that one church, then evidently you may only supposed to have one husband and one wife. Because I don't see the Most High Yah picking all these different churches. He has one church.
Now that's interesting.
That's how I look at. That's how I answer that question.
Okay, because that was a question they had asked earlier. Let's see here. Okay, we have a super chat. So Jessica Ruiz, she sent $10. She says Mexican men are the same. Men think that ending a relationship because of cheating is stupid. As women, we are taught at a young age to write it out because men will grow out of that phase eventually.
That's a bold-faced lie from the old head generation.
Yep.
I had
That's what I was told. That's what I was
bold-faced lie.
You're married, hang on to your marriage. He'll eventually grow out of it. So I'm supposed to just keep putting my body at risk for, possible, anything because he wants to run the streets. That's not good advice to give to young girls.
No.
No.
Can I say something real quick? I remember, now I'm 43. So like 20 years ago, I remember catching a bus and this old head said the same thing. She was like, oh, well, girl, a man ain't going to do nothing that you don't allow him to do. And I said, you know what? It's that same talk that got us into what we are at today. That's bullcrap because you're not letting a man take accountability for his actions. So that whole generation of women that do that, no disrespect to the old generation, but it ain't worked then. It's not working now. So evidently stop saying it because that's not the case. A man's going to be a cheater. A woman's going to be a cheater. An individual person's going to do what they want you to do. It's up to you as an individual person to decide what you are going to deal with. And if you decide to keep dealing with a man that cheats, then I'm sorry. I don't think you can complain because you're dealing with it. Stop dealing with it. You're better than a cheater. As a woman, you're better than a cheater. You're better than a good sleepless night. You're better than all that. You can have your own sleepless night, to be honest with you.
Right.
But you don't need, we all need a man, no matter what anybody says. Yes, we do, because a man was put here on this earth first, and then the woman came second. But yes, I'm not blaming it all on society because it's everything involved, the mind control, what we see every day, these rap songs that came out in the 90s, because I grew up in 80s hip-hop. 80s hip-hop wasn't really talking about degrading women, and their videos wasn't full of booty shaking and booty shaking and titty shaking and all that stuff. Female, even Patra. Remember when Patra came out, I am bad problem. Baby, got a guy who can solve them. She was even sexy, but she was fully dressed. We still had some dignity. And as soon as the era of rap, gangster, booty, shaking, this, getting money, that's all everybody talked about. So now, from the men to the female, now everybody thinks they got to live up to their favorite rapper or stuff. But excuse me, there's one person you got to talk to at the end of the day and answer for your own on Judgment Day. Don't be living up to these people out here. Live up to the Most High Yah. Live up to his righteousness, because these people out here, they're living for the world. They're living for money. So they're going to lie to you. Money is the root of all evil. So people will do and say practically anything to get what they want for this foolish money. And at the end of the day, money can't hold you. Money can't buy you love. Money can't do nothing but just sit there and be in your pocket and buy whatever you expecting to get. That's it.
Amen. Now, this was an awesome podcast.
Yeah.
It is 6:08, you guys. We've been on here since 4:30. I don't want to make it too long. Thank you so much, Natalia, for calling in.
You're welcome. I'll keep watching.
Energy, and y'all came through near the end. I appreciate it. So thank you.
I love my people. I love all y'all out there, and I'm praying for all y'all, for real. I am praying. These are the last days, and we got to get it together, especially since we know who we are as a people.
Amen. Thank you, sis.
You're welcome.
Now, this has been an awesome stream, you guys. I'm like so happy. It went off without a hitch. I mean, we have close to like 5,000 people in here between both broadcasts. Like, this is amazing. I'm so happy you guys are having a good time. I mean, we had some really good callers, lots of good points. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already 6 o'clock. You know, so it's just like, and I know you have to get to work. I really appreciate you for coming
No,
through.
I called off.
Oh, you caught off? Now you better hope your damn boss don't see this podcast.
He can kiss my.
Oh, so you don't call it off to sit there and sip tea with tea?
Yeah, I need a whole mug today.
No, this was awesome, you guys. Yeah, this was really good. We needed this. This was fun. And this is what I want to do. I want to be able to just, when we talk unfiltered, we have fun. We don't have to worry about YouTube censorship. If YouTube was to shut down the stream right now, it wouldn't matter because y'all can just run to Facebook. Y'all can come to StreamYard. So it's all good. So I'm going to do another podcast. I might do one later on tonight. I might do one. I will do one tomorrow. We have a blizzard. Yeah. We're going to be stuck in a bunch of snow. We're getting 12 to 18 inches. So I got to get ready to cook dinner. But I'm going to be podcasting all weekend because I can't go nowhere else. So I'm kind of stuck here, you guys. So y'all going to have to keep me company, okay? Because we're literally going to be snowed in. So shout out to the Midwest people.
I wanted to say something to you. Definitely this brings back good memories of kicking ass online with the podcast.
It does.
I definitely want to give a shout out to all the tea sippers and everyone who's chimed in, because we need to have these open and honest discussions that most people like to talk around, but they don't want to hit head on. So we have to be honest with ourselves and be adults. And of course, some people are going to be in our feelings, but the truth was meant to open some things up.
Yeah. The truth divides.
So
it's not meant to bring people together.
Yeah.
That's in the Bible.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you know, and plus it breaks the stereotype that Black men and Black women cannot work together. So, you know.
Right. And that's why I wanted to have you on here, because I didn't want it to just be female energy and, you know, me and my feelings having flashbacks. It's like, no, it's you know, we have to hear from both genders, because of course, not all Black men cheat, just like not all Black women are innocent. You know, there's good and bad in every gender. There's good and bad in every race. So when we have open dialogue like this is how it should be done. It shouldn't be quick little, you know, blurps on a national television show where people are taking sound bites and they're using that as an aha moment to disrespect Black men or to disrespect Black women. You know, we need more stuff like this. And unfortunately, a lot of these platforms, they don't want us to congregate. They'd rather, you know, promote the ratchetness. You know, they'd rather have me on YouTube's trending if I was here twerking and you know, making my titties bounce and stuff. That would be on trending. But when you're talking about stuff that makes people think it's demonetized, people can't find the stream. I mean, it's all types of stuff. I'm surprised I hadn't crashed, you know, so I'm just glad that we just had so many wonderful people just come through, support, lots of good energy. So this podcast will be available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, wherever you can find a podcast platform, you'll see this. Make sure you guys subscribe to my Apple, Google Play, all that stuff. And then another thing, like I said, last but not least, if you are a member of my YouTube channel, if you have a membership, and if you are a PayPal donation person who donates on PayPal, please send me your email so that way I can create a chat group for us. So that way I can let you guys know when I'm getting ready to post a podcast. I can get you guys the call-in number, because YouTube and PayPal, they don't have that option. Only Patreon does. So I want to make sure that everyone, because some people don't do Patreon, some people prefer YouTube, and some people prefer PayPal. So I want to make sure that we're able to get you guys the information. And to everybody who's been sending me cash apps during the show, thank you guys. I appreciate it. So this has just been wonderful, you guys. This has been wonderful. Thank you to my moderators. I see y'all in the house. Y'all are putting in work. You know, and that's the one thing about my chat. It's never too much drama. You know, like we kick trolls out quick. You know, it's always good energy here. And I'm going to start doing these podcasts at least every other day. We're going to be talking about a lot of different topics. I think tomorrow we might do the transgender topic with Nikki Tutorial. So if you're interested in chiming in on that, please send me an email so I can get you the information. You have to be a paid member on those sites to be able to call in. I want my real supporters. I want to hear their voices. I don't want random people who just, well, shit, I don't know who a Lovely T is, but I'm just here. Let me call in drunk as hell. No, we want people who know me, who've been supporting. I want to get y'all the links to call in. If you are transgender, I would love to hear from you as well. I don't want it to just be a straight person dialogue. I also want to hear from you guys as well. So I'm going to reach out to a few of my transgender friends, see if they'll be wanting to come in, because we got to talk about this. Okay, we got to talk about how Nikki Tutorials did not tell her man that she was once a man. Is that okay? We're going to talk about it. So we'll probably do that show tomorrow. If we don't do it tomorrow, we might do it Sunday, but we're going to do that show. We're going to have a lot of really good topics, you guys. So I'm super excited. So let me stop bumping my gums. It's 6:15. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast. Thank you to everybody on Facebook. Thank you to everybody from Instagram that came through, everybody on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the support. You guys have a good night and stay warm if you're in Minnesota. Any last words, Ronan?
I like to show my appreciation to the moderators. You're a group of assholes I can propose to be around. So I like it.
All right, you guys. Good night. We'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.